This is off stage. I don't know what we're talking about today. Lee, you want to tell us what we're talking about today?
What? Okay, fine. We're talking about Beyonce today and her new
Interesting.
album. Is this Texas? Are we in Texas? No, we're on off stage and we're talking about Beyonce. So, Beyonce is a very interesting person. Um, I'd call her a musical icon, honestly. Beyonce
Okay.
is a global sensation for sure, and she has insane performances and powerful vocals. And she's known everywhere. Everybody knows her. I'd say she's a mix of R&B, some pop, hip hop, a lot of soul in there, and now a little bit of country. Um, she's got numerous achievements, ranging from the Grammy Awards, MTV Awards, top billboards, and she even goes beyond music and kind of incorporates. I mean, she's almost a staple of American culture. Self-made woman. Um, she's involved in a lot of film and acting. Started off in what is it, Scott?
Destiny's
Child.
Child.
Yeah,
Yes.
Destiny's Child. So she's all over the place, and that's Beyonce. Um, yeah. What do you got on Beyonce? Do you like her? Is
Um,
she your favorite artist?
when I was a kid, I had a crush on her. I
Okay.
don't know. Do you remember the Got Milk like promotional ads at school?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I saw that and I was like, this is the most beautiful woman ever. But
You
then I
could reference
come to
Kanye's
come to
lyrics
find
here.
out, yeah, exactly. She was a beautiful woman. Um, but yeah, come to find out she's actually an artist and a pretty damn good artist. With her most recent album, one we'll probably spend most time talking about today, and that is Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy
Now,
Carter.
what's what's going on here? Because we've you see a lot of artists try to transition between different genres. Do you think she successfully did it? Or I mean, I guess is this
Would
a
you call it a
country album to
transition?
begin with?
Yeah.
I
Would you call it a
That's the thing,
transition?
'cause it's still a Beyoncé album. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a completely different thing. So
Uh,
part of me wants to say it's not country, but I don't know what to call it, honestly.
yeah. A lot of people are saying that it's not even herself. Beyonce says it's not a country album. It's a Beyonce album. It tells a story about where she's come from. I mean, you even see some songs there like Blackbird, which is a cover. And why would she put Blackbird in her new Cowboy Carter album if she was really trying to open up to a new audience? I don't think that's what she would do. So I think she's just having fun, kind of just bringing the art back to the music, maybe rather than just getting big, which is kind of cool. Do you have a favorite
It
song off
is.
the album?
Um, I've not listened to it entirely. I'll just come forth and say that.
Oh,
But
that's fair.
I have been Texas Hold'em's been stuck in my head for a while. It's been out the longest, so that makes sense.
Right.
But as far as other songs, I thought the Blackbird cover was kinda soothing. It
Yeah,
was
I
it
was
was
gonna
like a
say
relaxing listen, I guess.
definitely.
And then there was another one I heard. I'll just find it real quick.
While you're doing that, I
Um,
thought I thought Tyrant was really good. I like how she brought in Dolly Parton to sing with her.
mhm.
Speaking of, I think she brought in what? Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus is in there, Willie Nelson's in there, Post Malone's in there.
Shaboozey, Posty, another
Yeah,
artist who's
Shabuzi, there you go.
or I guess not arguably, but has been hinting at a new country album.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So everybody's in here, which is really cool to see her as like a
a
I
beacon.
don't know, a crossroad. Yeah, beacon for
Yeah.
music. Um, oh, Linda Martell, I'm seeing that one right now.
Mhm.
Uh, And then I actually noticed Miley Cyrus was in here. She's kind of that. I never really thought of it either. She's one of the first artists that jumped around in genres. She went from country to pop rock to pop, going back
To
to
whatever
country a
she's
little bit
doing now. Yeah.
to whatever she's at now. Yeah, and then
I
I
don't
mean, you
think she's
say
one of the
Taylor Swift.
first artists.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I would say like one of the first artists I noticed do it.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
that would be better to put it as.
Yeah. I was about to
Yeah,
say artists have been doing this for a while. I don't think she's a pioneer per se.
yeah, you're right. Beyonce grew up in Texas. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No, I did not.
She did. She grew up in Texas, and I mean, it's kind of maybe put up in this album a little bit. This ain't Texas, you know.
Maybe, maybe. Um, yeah, what is there to talk about?
Oh, there's so much to talk about. Um, she got started in her church choir at age 7, so it's kind of interesting to hear where people get started in music, especially like when I think choir and music, I think choir kid that is going to stick with the choir kind of sound, and hers really developed into not choir sound. I don't know how to put that. I'm trying to put it in a sensitive way, but it's not really. Um, but when she was young, she won more than 30 singing and dancing competitions as well. And her favorite singer is Stevie Wonder. So she's kind of all over the place. Um, do you think these are one-off situations when it comes to artists switching around?
I think it's just a case of their label sort of sitting down with them and saying, we talked about Daft Punk. You have these artists that have been making similar music for quite some time, and they sort of have a decision to make. Like they can keep going down the path that they're going down,
Yeah,
and they'll continue to see success, or you can make that jump and try something. Like in her case, it may be more so to have fun than to actually achieve commercial success, even though the album's doing just fine. Like I think it's an experiment, and then if it ends up being the next genre, this Beyoncé genre, then obviously she'll continue to put out similar albums.
the Beyonce genre. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's experimental. I think it is a little bit of a one-off. I could see her reverting back to what she usually does. Same thing with like Post Malone. I could see him doing a country album and then reverting. But
Oh
then
yeah.
again, you see him like he played with Eddie Vedder. Never thought I'd see that. He's played with
Yeah.
few country. Did he play with Morgan Wallen?
Wallen and Luke Combs.
Yeah, Wallen and Luke Combs. So that's just like it's not like Beyonce and Post Malone. Now that we're talking about them, are just jumping in and out, but they're consistent-ish so far.
And they're invested in these new genres as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
it's a one-off thing. I but I could see, at least for Post Malone's sake, I could see him reverting the moment
Yeah.
the album gets dropped.
So I've been reading through the comments about this album quite a bit, as well as Post Malone's comments and albums, because I feel like it's a similar topic. And there's a big controversy going on. Some say that country music is a culture, and some don't. Um, what do you think specifically about country music, and do you think that musical genres create separate cultures? And should genres even be organized and separated? Because I mean, if you think about it, there's something cool about music in a way that, uh, our society has kind of built these separations of class and color and uh, interests and all these things. But like music is something that anybody has. I shouldn't say almost anybody has access to and can listen to whatever they want and bond over that. There's not separation. So I'm curious what you have to say about that.
I think with us living in Indiana, we, at least where we grew up specifically, like that country culture
Hmm.
that you hear about in country songs is not nearly as relatable as it would be to someone who grew up south of here. Like I like to sing about catching catfish off my boat on a Friday night while I'm sipping a beer, but is not relatable in the slightest to me. And I think we tend to, I don't know, glorify that country life. Like we all winter, we really want to be doing stuff like that, but then it's like I can see the argument where you have people who grew up that country life and they're like, "No, you gotta grow up, work on the farm 8 days a week, 25 hours a day. You gotta earn your beers and stuff like that." So I I think there's a culture with country music, but I also feel like the whole point of music, like you said, is to it's for anybody to access and anybody to relate to, even if it's just relating to like one part of it. It's
Yeah.
still that's its purpose.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things where I mean, we talk about Kanye all the time or the Beatles, Those are things I'm not from Britain. I'm not from
Yeah,
Liverpool.
it's
I'm
true.
not I don't have exposure to that. So it's cool how music and hopefully I am at some point in my life, but it's cool how music kind of brings that exposure to you and you can relate still. So, I mean, so to answer the question a little bit more, do you think musical genres should be separated? And do you think they separate culture?
What do you mean?
Like, should we, if you had to choose, and I mean, we ask artists this all the time, man, on interviews, what genre are you? Because nobody actually has, if you were to
Uh,
ask if you were a pop singer, no, I'm kind of a folk rock, indie, rap, R&B pop singer,
yeah.
And I think that's cool because it's not you can't fit in a slot. Do you think they should be organized or do you think so that people can find what they want or do you think it should just be kind of like lump sum?
I think they should continue to be organized.
Okay.
Just like very broad, like pop, rock, rap, stuff like that. And then when
Yeah.
you really explore the artist himself, you get into the nitty-gritty and the specifics. That makes the artist that artist.
Right. Everywhere, all over the place. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Um hmm, interesting. So let's bring it back to Beyonce and
Mhm.
this new album, Cowboy Carter.
Oh
Um
yeah, my favorite song. I found it.
oh yeah, I we got off on a tangent there, didn't we?
Yeah. Um, it's called Just for Fun. It's got
Okay.
Willie Jones in it, and again, I need to listen to the album all the way through, but I don't know. It was an enjoyable listen. I liked it.
It's kind of a long album. Hour 18. 27 songs.
Yes.
Usually you don't get this long of albums.
Which makes you wonder. I think I think that makes sense though, right? Because like she's trying this new genre, whatever
Yeah.
it is. We could talk about
And
classifying
they're
it
not
for days.
exceptionally long. Like you got 53 seconds, 22 seconds. I didn't even notice that one.
I think it's just an
Dolly P.
interlude. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um should definitely I wonder what it would be like listening to this album straight through. I should give it a try. Maybe we'll do a live stream of that or something.
We maybe should have done that before this video, but
Oh yeah, that would have been fun. Darn.
maybe next time.
Scott and
We're
I are
busy
totally
people.
all about this. We think about it after the fact. But
That is our brand.
do you have a favorite feature on here, even though you haven't listened to all of it?
Um,
Out of the ones you have listened to,
so far it's been Willie Jones, but I'm curious to hear the one with Posty because
Okay,
I I like Post Malone. You have a favorite
sweet.
feature?
Uh, I like the Dolly Parton, not Dolly P. Oh, I said it earlier.
Oh, Tyrant.
Tyrant, yes, I like Tyrant, and then I like Smoke Hour with Willie Nelson. I think it was just kind of fun. So, and then Blackbird, but it's got a ton of features. I've never even heard of like Brittany Spencer. I haven't heard of her, but
Oh yeah, it's got
it was a good
a
cover.
lot of features
Yeah, it's got a ton on there.
for a 2 minute song too. Are they just like producers?
They might be. They might be.
Okay.
So here's the big question: will this album stand the test of time? In 20 years, are you going to hear this on the radio again? If the radios are even a thing.
Probably not. This has been Offstage, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
This ain't Texas.